up, people? Let's chug some books. Recently, I got done with my last semester's final exams, and needless to say, it felt like they lasted forever. But finally, I'm free. I have all the time to myself. Interestingly, you will notice that when you don't have any immediate responsibility to attend to, you are naturally drawn to doing certain things. And I believe that is where our heart belongs. That's our happy place, our safe place, while some may call it plain old hobby. For me, that safe space is books, and I generally gravitate towards books that add value to me and help me in dealing with issues that I may be facing at that time. That's where my first recommendation comes in, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. It is definitely something that every teen, young adult, anyone who's going through quarter-life crisis, midlife crisis should definitely read. Because unfortunately nowadays people constantly seek external validation, worry about what others think, delusional expectation of society, family, and just pressure of social media in general. This book is written in such a humorous way that it makes it very easy for us to navigate through these problems in a very simple and straightforward manner. And as the book very well describes itself, it is a refreshing slap to the face so that we can start to lead a contented and grounded life. My next favorite is Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus by John Gray. The author of the book is a relationship counselor and has been dealing with these male and female conflicts throughout his career. Many a times we have heard women complain that all men are trash, while men complain that women are too emotional and illogical. Well, this book helps you understand the psyche of each gender and how we can communicate with one another effectively without getting annoyed. It makes you empathize with their perspective and how they typically think and so forth. For instance, it is said in the book that men are usually more solution driven. So if at the end of the day their wife shares how their day went or if they had any conflict with their colleagues, men will be quick to give a solution, whereas women don't want their solution, they already know what to do. But all they want is to be heard and empathized. This is the way they feel appreciated and loved by men, while men on the contrary have completely different things through which they feel loved. So if you find yourself constantly complaining and cribbing about the opposite gender, definitely grab this book. My next favorite is Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. What a beautiful book, and this will always remain on top of my recommendations. It explores subjects like idea, inspiration, creativity, fear, procrastination, humility, success, and the attitude of dealing with all of these. She explains that creator is barely a medium for creative energy to flow through them in order to bring an idea into life. So it's not you who have created per se a masterpiece, it's something above and bigger than you. So this approach takes away any sort of toxic ego or pride. Thus, it will help you to distance yourself after you're done creating something, and eventually you will not get stuck with its failure or success. Also, this is not something that she has personally come up with. Many notable creative people have attested to this analogy. It will be a bonus if you decide to listen to its audiobook, which is narrated by the author Elizabeth Gilbert herself. Her voice is so soothing and calming, chef's kiss. Do check this book out if you're a creative person and struggle with the baggage that creativity comes with. Moving on to a fictional book for a change, the next one is Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. It is a beautiful story and such an easy read. Sadly, I don't have its physical copy because one of my friends lost it, and that's why I don't share my books anymore. Anyhow, I remember when I was reading this book, I had a hard time putting it down, and I finished it up quickly because the story just grabs your attention. It makes you feel for the character, his helplessness, and his longing to be guided. Will definitely recommend it if you're feeling sad and you just want a companion to be sad with. The next one is It's Your Life by Vinita Daura Nanjia. She is a senior editor in Times of India and writes a weekly column called Ozone, and this book is a compilation of the best of those articles. I feel like nowadays we as a society are not very much in touch with certain values, self-reflection, self-awareness and stuff. Because when we come to think of it, this is never taught to us in school. We are always in a competitive environment that who gets more grades, who's better than the other, and very less attention is given to the moral and emotional well-being of the kids. Thus, it not only negatively impacts the individual but also others who come in contact with them because they project their own insecurities and shortcomings on them. So read this book if you want to dip your toes into self-awareness, self-reflection, some insights into how to maturely handle yourself. Since it's a collection of bite-sized articles, it is very easy for you to flip through it and go through the topics that resonate with you, or if it's relevant to any issue that you're going through at the moment. My last two special mentions are the audiobooks that I'm currently listening, not finished yet but thoroughly enjoying. The first one is How to Talk to Anyone by Lil Downs. Personally speaking, I'm a very shy and introverted person at first. So in any professional setup, it is very difficult for me to make a first move, to approach someone in the right way, to interact with people, how to start a small talk and everything. This book covers it, so definitely recommend it for young industry professionals. The last one is Immortals of Maluha by Amish Tripathi. This one is a mythological fiction. It has been around for a while and appreciated for all the good reasons. It makes you dive into ancient Indian times in a fictional setting which is inspired by true legends. It deals with India, its virtues and wisdom, all packaged in a philosophy that will make you question your understanding of certain fundamental concepts in a very interesting way. For example, what is good and what is bad? What is evil and what is not? So that was all for this video. Do let me know your favorite book in the comment section down below, and you know the drill. Like, share, subscribe. See you next time.